This isn't going to be confusing at all. Nathan also got a new truck. So now we got two 2500 Chevy diesels on the farm. I think should be able to figure it out. Actually, no, one's a GMC, it looks like. Oh, we're good. One's a Chevy, one's a GMC diesel. Things aren't going to be confusing at all on the farm now. We got a GMC 2500 and a Chevy 2500. So Nathan got this new truck a couple weeks ago, and Curtis got this last fall. Cool. So the guys are out doing chores. I'm getting ready to get spraying, because like I mentioned before, the corn's really going to outpace us. We got to get all our spraying done by Friday. That's weird. Well, we ran this sucker out of fuel. Notice I was out of fuel while it lost prime last night, so had to re-prime it. Stick some fuel in it. Luckily I parked right next to the Beck's fuel trailer. Let's get her going. Well, no time like the present. Let's get my gloves on and go load some chemical. Whoo, this has been hard, guys. This has been very challenging. I underestimated how tough steering between the rows in side hills and everything is, and it makes it even worse with the Patriot sprayer. So the reason why Patriot sprayer is so quiet in the cab is because the cab is all the way forward. You have fuel tank, then cab, tank, then engine, whereas other sprayers you can really have engine, fuel tank, cab, spray, boom, tank, then boom. But because of that, on other sprayers you can see your tires a lot better, but on the Patriot your cab's much farther forward, so you really can't see your tires. So my mirrors adjust all the way down and out, so I can kind of look what I'm doing, but I also got to lean forward a lot to look at my tires. This has been hard, guys. I've never sprayed in corn this tall, and you can kind of see it's almost canopied, so we need to get it done. So I'll keep moving. Yeah, so the challenging part is, guys, when you're on a side hill, you got to cheat uphill, because as you drive forward, the soil is not absolutely firm like concrete, so you're going to slide downhill slightly. My tires are about 16 inches wide, and there's 30 inches between the rows, but each corn stalk is about 1.5 inches or 2 thick, so that 30 inches turns into 28 inches. So then you got 38, or 28 minus 16 is 12 inches to play with. That's how much room I have. So I'm going 7 miles an hour on a slide hill. On a side hill, you're losing already a couple inches because you're kind of cambered downhill. So your 12 inches turns into like 8 inches. So it's hard. And when you're going around a curve, I mean, and you don't have full wheel steer, yeah, I don't need to go into too much detail, but it is very challenging to be able to row the corn, that is for sure, or to spray it on the rows. I'm honestly, I think I would definitely get better at it if I would do it more, but Pat does most of it, and he's tired, he's beat, he said this is last year's doing it, so next year it's Curtis and me. We'll see. Guys are moving all the corn, all the cows out of this yard, because they're gonna be ripping down this barn here soon. Go, I got places to be. Yeah, so the guys are moving all the cows down to Pat's yard down south, because that shed has been there for 40 years and it's seen better days. We had a wall blow out a month or two ago, so it's time. I go grab the battery for the spray trailer, and then they're ready to head out. We're gonna load up and head out. Let's go load up. So I figure I would show you guys exactly what I am mixing and how I'm mixing and all that. So as we're going, pay attention to the big tank on the right. You'll see that drop as I'm loading stuff up. And that tank in the middle, that's our adductor. That is how I mix my chemicals. You can kind of see that's filling up right now. That is filling up with our Helix GT. That is a combination of Roundup, atrazine, mesotrione, and I think one more thing I forget. But that is our main ingredient for basically our second pass corn. That is going to kill a lot of things. And the second thing I'm going to put in is just a little extra rate of atrazine. Atrazine is a restricted chemical, but I am making sure that wherever I apply it, it is not in a atrazine restricted zone. Atrazine is a especially restricted chemical. Now what I'm dumping in is an AMS, which is basically, it'll help, it's a bonding agent to the water. It kind of makes it more conditioned, and it really helps. What that basically means is it helps helps the water basically make it sticky and help it bond to the plant to hopefully get a really good kill. So I'm putting all those things in. I always triple rinse my jugs because that is required for the EPA, for one, and for two, it makes sure there's no residual chemical left in those jugs. And then now we're loaded up and ready to go. So it's really quick for you guys. So it actually took me about 11 to 12 minutes to do in real life. I was going to say I'm filled up and ready to go, but then I remembered that my other GoPro was sitting outside. So I got a lunch from Grandma. I'm all loaded up, and I think that the guys are gonna move me a trailer up there probably in about 2 hours up to Bellevue. I hope, at least. Let's go, northbound. Oh, Grandma, you spoil me. Yum, yum, yum. Forgot to shut that hydrant off when I left. So you can probably shut that off. It's got probably dang near 3,000 gallons in it. So like I said, in the challenging side hill conditions, I always got to cheat uphill a little bit. So I'm using the tick in the center there. And I'm just kind of using the tick, looking at my mirror. You can kind of see my back tires. My mirror's pointing right at that back tire. And I'm also looking down, kind of leaning over and looking down at that tire too when I'm on turns and whatnot. It's hard. I mean, I'm running over, I feel like a lot of corn. It's probably actually not a lot, but it just, I don't like doing it. Nobody likes running over corn for one, but I mean, this field's got to get sprayed though. So yeah, that's why hopefully I can get you guys some action shots, but it's going to be challenging with the amount of manual steering and concentrating I got to do. But it's fun though. It's a challenge. I like it. Just pains me. Grr. Doing my best, I swear. I'm all done, that's why I'm taking this back. Bye, Gavin. See you later. This field is done. It was getting pretty weedy in spots. Got some we had some ragweed coming up. So I'm glad that I was able to get that sprayed. So now I'm gonna head actually my piece, my first corn crop ever. I'm running a 5.5 acre piece. That's not much, but it's honest work. So I'm gonna go spray that now. Try not to kill it. Ouch. I'm guessing a tender or something had a valve open and was dripping chemical solution all the way down. That's just my guess, unless somebody had a water tank just dripping the whole entire way, but man, that is not good. Just drove by Case and Aaliyah's house. Couldn't get the camera up in time, buddy, but hey. Alrighty, so this is my cornfield. This is exciting. So I've never raised corn before in my name. I mean, not a whole lot different because it's not doing anything different, just under my name. And I'm going to be footing the bill for the fertilizer. I'm going to be hopefully cashing the check for the little bit of profit I'll get on these 5.5 acres. So we're just out here, we're getting weeds like these. Not sure what exact this weed is. The stuff that I got in, we'll pack a punch. Let's get her going. Yeah, if we could have more ground like this would be awesome. You know, nice and flat. Bigger than 5 acres would be nice, but makes it much easier for trying to row this corn. This stuff's definitely behind compared to most of our stuff. This is probably our shortest corn that we got. It's just about knee high, but with as much heat as we have, it's gonna go quick. It's pretty clean, but there are some grasses, a little bit of broadleafs in here, which those are the two classifications of weeds. Stop running over your corn, Ron. See that? So I got this piece, then I'm gonna go do my dad's little 1 acre piece. And then by that time, Curtis should be up here with the water trailer, and I'll do the 2 bottom pieces. Then I gotta head home because my wife and I have a date going to her hometown of Muscatine, Iowa. We're gonna play pickleball with her sister and her mom. Then we're gonna have Chinese tonight. I wonder if they'd notice if that skid loader would just magically disappear. Think they'd notice that? Be nice to have another one. No, I'm just kidding. Hey, Mike. So just looking at this field, it's not as good as our other ones. It actually looks the worst that I've seen. Because see this, like, it's not like a deep dark green tint. Like right here is a dark green tint of the corn, but right there is a lighter. Like half this field's lighter. I don't know if it doesn't have enough nitrogen or fertilizer. I don't know what the deal is. I mean, like I said, this is just a rented piece. And it's only 5 acres in the grand scheme of things of everything that we farm. It's probably not that big of a deal, but it's my field. I don't know if I like that. It doesn't look horrible by any means, but once you get out in there, you can tell that it's got some sort of nutrient deficiency. So next year I'm definitely going to have to look into that if I still have this piece. Well, this is fun. Oh yeah, quite a bit of weeds in here. Good thing we're in here. You can tell it was a little bit of a wet spot when we planted. Whoops. Need to get her done though. So this is why this trailer is absolutely awesome compared to our old one. For one, we can pull it with the semis, which means we can pull it at highway speeds. Cool, much better than a wagon at 30 miles an hour. Two, it's got an enclosed tank, which is a plus for one. Our old tank had a hole blown out the top. And two, it can hold 600 more gallon. That's even better. Three, we got a store or a staging holding tank, whatever you want to call it, up at the farm. That's that big surprise video on this one. We can fit 4,500 gallons in there. That's awesome. It means we never have to be, I should never have to be waiting on water, especially if we have someone around that can run the tender. So this thing is sweet. Is it perfect? No, if it was up to me, I'd have a step deck trailer, but it is what it is. So we'll fill it up, putting my Halix in right now, then I'll put my atrazine. And I got some Roundup and some conditioner. Let's get her going. Concoction's all loaded. Now just putting the rest of the carrier in, the water. We'll be good to go. We'll spray some more. Sorry if my black muff thing gets in the way sometimes. Apologize. All right, let's roll. What nincompoop let these round bales right in my way. Oh, that was me in last video. This one right here, when I couldn't get to all the round bales. Sorry. Oh, I also ran one through a fence. It rolled down the hill and ran right through a fence. That was cool. Onward. All right, we got some water hemp coming in this field. That is for sure. See this stuff? It's gonna look like grass here in like a couple days if we leave it go. It's gonna grow like a weed. Because you know it is a weed. That stuff is gonna die quickly, that is for sure. Let's keep her going. So that's what I'm staring at, is I'm staring going from the tick on that center of the sprayer, the fuel tank, looking at that right rear tire. If they're both good, we're looking good. Getting the hang of it. It only took me half a day, but I think I'm getting the hang of it pretty nicely. Load up one more time, and it's almost 2 o'clock, and I gotta get her rolling. Heading home, because like I said, the wifey and I got a date. There's a real bad cucumber spot patch. Oh no, that's water hemp. Woof. You guys better die. So out checking the rows. Which one's my guess row? 1, 2, 3, 4. Dead center. I'm just checking, make sure which row I'm on, and I gotta get clear a little patch of weed from in the boom here, because it's gonna be messing my pattern up. Cool. That is what I like to see. These weeds were smoked earlier this year. Beautiful. Well, my dad doesn't have to do it. Gee, dang it, did it again. This weed is going to especially be dead. Now we're gonna hammer down, get this stuff done. And you, sirs, are gonna die. I'm on the long rows. Only have a little bit left, not a ton. But I'm really hoping that I don't hit a swampy spot coming up ahead. I don't think it'll be too bad because the corn's still pretty green in there. It's not really dead. But we'll find out here soon, because that tile right here was plugged. It's a tile inlet. It was plugged earlier this year. Got it cleaned out, so I'm hoping that we'll be all right. There's quite a bit of water hemp in there, so I'm guessing we got a pretty nasty storm that drowned all that corn out. Oh, you got some ragweed in there too. Oh, it's not too bad. Not even leaving a track. It's not like up at Long's yesterday where Pat almost got stuck. Straight misting. But when we're running this heavy a dosage, we're actually running a much higher rate. We're running 20 gallons per the acre. So it looks like we're putting out a lot more chemical. Well, we're putting out a little bit more just because this is the final pass we're gonna be doing on corn, besides a fungicide. But we up the rate because we have so much corn on there. If you don't, the corn, all we're trying to do is increase our coverage. So each surface area of ground, we're trying to increase the amount of water and droplets that hit there. Let me turn around first. whole point of what we're doing is we're trying to increase the coverage. So that way we just don't miss any weeds because they're underneath the corn canopy or anything like that. That's the whole point of why we're increasing our gallonage. And it's worth it because even though it does slow us down with that more water, more logistics, it's worth it because we really want to get a heavy dose on this last pass herbicide. I completely forgot to tell you guys what Grandma gave me for lunch. Sorry about that. I'll tell you guys here in a schmick. Then we'll get rolling. She gave me 3 turkey sandwiches, a Cool Whip bowl of chips, milk in a glass, of course, Pepsi, a water, and the piece de resistance, fresh picked strawberries, ice cream, and a yellow cake. Ugh, stuff's good. Do a walk around and let's vamoose. Okay, this is all good. I think we're good. I got about 400 gallons of water I'm taking home with me, which is fine. Even a little less than that. All right, let's take this old 93 FLD Freightliner home. Oh yeah, I forgot to say we got the new piece on the 5th wheel, so we'll replace the kind of gooseneck hitch with the kingpin. So that way it doesn't rock near as bad. Repaving the road in Bellevue. That'll be nice when it's done, but man, this is a pain in the neck. At least we're not doing this during harvest. That's the bright side. Well, if GoPro wouldn't suck, I would have said Kunos has a really good lineup of choppers right there. But GoPros suck and they take like 30 seconds to turn on. There we are. That tank's got about 3,400 gallons in it. We're gonna be good to go. And I got a boogie because I'm late again. Just what happens when I'm on the farm. I'm just always gonna be late. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Say a prayer for our corn to keep going, for the wind to stay away, but for the rain to come. Thank you guys so much for watching. Take care. Take it easy. Ta-ta for now.